that's better.
Hello, KZOOMers, KZOOMers. So, and all of those who live in the Sukkah, the shelter of peace. So here we are in our Sukkah, and our friend Nathan is here with us, and we're expecting a couple of other people on their way here to join us in the
Judy and Henry.
We're expecting them, so they may hopefully show up to join us. And it's great to be with you. This holiday of Sukkot is the Zman Simchatenu, is the time of our joy, and it's also the time of remembering our fragility. And so it's interesting that those two come together. That sense of impermanence, reminding us of the preciousness of each moment, reminding us to harvest the fruit that is here for us, and not let it fall from the trees and rot.
Just rot.
But
we don't use it.
Yeah, to really take in the goodness of our lives. And I just want to be remembering cantor Richard Kaplan died yesterday, day before yesterday, and his funeral is tomorrow. So he's in that place between. He has been a great spirit of music, a great musician and a great soul who is on his way to the other side. So I want to just honor his joy. And he got to his joy through his depth. It was really just a wonderful to be able to hear that, and just tell, it's like, I'll tell one story about Richard Kaplan as we begin, that that it was once my job to introduce. We were supposed to introduce each other as teachers at a Jewish renewal gathering, Ruach HaAretz, and we were supposed to find out about each other by asking, what is your favorite holiday? And Richard Kaplan said his favorite holiday was Tisha B'Av. And I was like,
what?
Tisha B'Av? Really? and so I get it, because this, it kind of opened up Tisha B'Av for me, which is like such a sad, sad day of lament. And at the end of Tisha B'Av, the afternoon of Tisha B'Av, they say that the Mashiach, the Messiah, is born. And that birthing through our lament, through the healing really of our trauma, we come to this place of wholeness. And it's my prayer that that's where Richard is now, in that place of wholeness, and he, to find our joy through the full expression of all of it. So this celebration is of Sukkot, is of joy, is about that fragility of life in our Sukkah, and it's also the siyum, the finishing of 1 year of Love at the Center, which is like a big deal for me to come to this place of having gone through the whole year of entering into the Song of Songs. So I want to chant this from the last chapter of the Song of Songs that says Chaverim Makshivim. And the Chaverim Makshivim, that's us. That's the listening friends. And it is this practice of listening that we do together. And we magnify the sound of the Shekhinah, of the divine presence, through our connection between us. So I'll ask you to just take a look around the Zoom room and connect yourself to everyone else that is here, and as a way of saying, oh, Chaverim Makshivim, oh, Chaverot Makshivot, all of us listening, together to the voice of the Shekhinah. And so all our friends listen for your voice. And then let me hear it. Let me hear it now. And the English words say, oh, woman in the garden, speaking to that divine indwelling presence. Oh, woman in the garden. What garden? Oh, this garden of love. And on Sukkot, we kind of open up to the garden that we are already in, and we might not notice. This garden of love. Let me hear your voice. Let me find that stillness within, that spaciousness within that's going to allow me to hear your voice. And I do it not alone, but in this community of lovers.
Chaverim Makshivim lekole Hashmi'ini Chaverim Makshivim lekole Hashmi'ini Oh, woman in the garden, this garden of love, let me hear your voice. Oh, woman in the garden, this garden of love, let me hear your voice. Chaverim Makshivim lekole Hashmi'ini me hear your voice. Chaverim Makshivim lekolei Hashmi'ini, Hashmi'ini. Chaverim Makshivim lekolei Hashmi'ini, Hashmi'ini. Oh, woman in the garden, this garden of love, let me hear your voice. Oh, woman in the garden, this garden of love, let me hear your voice. Chaverim Makshivim lekolei Hashmi'ini, Hashmi'ini. Chaverim Makshivim lekolei Hashmi'ini, Hashmi'ini. Oh, woman in the garden, this garden of love, let me hear your voice. Oh, woman in the garden, this garden of love, let me hear your voice. Chaverim Makshivim lekolei Hashmi'ini, Hashmi'ini. Chaverim Makshivim lekolei Hashmi'ini, Hashmi'ini. Oh, woman in the garden, this garden of love, let me hear your voice. Oh, woman in the garden, this garden of love, let me hear your voice. Chaverim Makshivim lekolei Hashmi'ini, Hashmi'ini. Chaverim Makshivim lekolei Hashmi'ini, Hashmi'ini. Oh, woman in the garden, this garden of love, let me hear your voice. Oh, woman in the garden, this garden of love, let me hear your voice. Chaverim Makshivim lekolei Hashmi'ini, Hashmi'ini. Chaverim Makshivim lekolei Hashmi'ini, Hashmi'ini. Oh, woman in the garden, this garden of love, let me hear your voice. Oh, woman in the garden, this garden of love, let me hear your voice.
So I chant so that I can find the silence. And I dance so that I can find the stillness. And that's the pathway that we travel to find that place. You know, coming to the end of Shir Shirim, I began to just contemplate this idea of like, this is our great love story. This is our great love story. How does it end? You know, when, as I was growing up, the way I thought all love stories were supposed to end was, and then they lived happily ever after.
Right. That never worked.
Well, it's just one piece of the story. But so when I looked at the Song of Songs, what I wanted to do was kind of contrast what is the ending of the Song of Songs? How does it end? And of course, it's just like Torah. We're going to go right back into the beginning again once it ends. But the ending was real. It really opened me up to something that the Song of Songs is asking of us. So So the last note of "and they lived happily ever after" is like a ta-da, the end. And I have always been kind of a sucker for romantic comedies that warm my heart and lure me with these, fantasies of happily ever after. And the Song of Songs ends on a very different note. The lover turns to her beloved in the garden and she says, "Go, hurry, my beloved, be my gazelle, my young stag on the mountain of spices." She turns to love, reality, God, the vastness of being, and says, "I will not domesticate you with my concepts. I will not limit you with my convenient definitions. I will not settle for comfort and ease and a small, predictable reality, because I have glimpsed your vastness, your wild immensity, your unfathomable nature." So I live at the edge of wilderness. If you look behind us here, that's
a real thing.
That's
that's the mesa top.
That's the mesa. I live at the edge of wilderness, and I'm always playing at that edge. I have over this side. I have this small little container garden on my porch, and a hummingbird feeder and a seed block for the woodpeckers, jays, juncos, grosbeaks, and finches that I count as my family. Mm-hmm. A grateful tribe of chipmunks live under the wooden planter boxes. Bears sometimes lumber onto my porch to do their mischief. The seeds from my chive's flowers waft off my porch into the ground that surrounds my house, taking root as tufts of delicious food for the deer that wander by. So the other day I stood here on my porch and I stared into the dark eyes of a doe who was leading her 2 young children into those between lands where my chives had taken root and spread. So for a long moment we were lost in each other's eyes. And then, quite suddenly, she must have heard the words, "Hurry, flee, be like a gazelle in your swiftness and wild beauty. Run to the mountain of spices." I was so grateful for those moments, and sad to see her go, and happy for her wildness. For in those precious moments, she awakened the wild in me. And this is also how the Song of Songs ends, leaving us playing at the edge between our civilized, predictable, constructed, comfort-seeking world and the vast, dangerous mystery that can't be contained, defined, or even fathomed. The Song of Songs asks, what would it mean to live at that edge? So I want to ask that question. What would it mean to live at that edge? And it feels so like Sukkot. You know, the Sukkot is a way of reminding us of that fragility, that sense that we're all living at the edge. We never know, you know, what's going to happen next. We pretend that we do. We kind of, you know, have the illusions of our certainties. But to really live at the edge is to live into that unknown and to do the work of that edge. And that at that edge there is a possibility of joy, but not a superficial joy, a deep joy that is born out of opening up to the complete experience of being human. So I want to do this practice.
You want to do a slow reveal?
What?
Of what we were just talking about? We could go maybe slowly. Whoop.
Well, there's my garden there.
And it's a cloudy day. Usually we have sunny days, but it's cloudy today. And that's looking south.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to give you the tour.
So on that edge is the place of our tears and our lament and our trauma. And the question, I mean, it's not a question of whether that trauma is there because we live in this world, but the trauma is what will we do with those tears? How will we transform them? And this line from Psalm 126 gives us this kind of a formula or a pathway that says those who sow in tears, who hold those tears precious, who plant them, will reap in joyous song. And it's, the planting of tears happens without shame. And it's so much the song, the message of the Song of Songs is to clear ourselves of shame, of open up to the fullness of love, even when it's painful. And then to take those tears that are born of love and plant them, and then the joy will emerge in our lives. And it is a joy that is, I was just seeing Sarah Joy. Sarah Joy. You know about this joy? Yes. It is a joy that is contagious. So, we have a couple more guests coming, but we're gonna chant into these Sowing Our Tears.
HaZorim HaZorim.
So the holiday of Sukkot reminds us to be vulnerable, to allow those tears to be right there, to let them flow. So we want to live at that edge. And Desmond Tutu says that this place of joy that we find on Sukkot. It doesn't save us from the inevitability of hardship and heartbreak. In fact, we may cry more easily, but we will laugh more easily too. Perhaps we are just more alive, and that to me is the goal of my practice, is to come to this place of aliveness. Yet as we discover more joy, we can face suffering in a way that ennobles rather than embitters. We have hardships without becoming hard. We have heartbreak without being broken. That's where that edge takes us. And it's this place that is dynamic. It is not static. And so when we say to the lover, flee, go to the mountain of spices, we know that we are in the dance. We are in this journey of coming and going and losing and finding. It's a dynamic journey. Eckhart Tolle says, joy is the dynamic aspect of being. When the creative power of the universe becomes conscious of itself, it manifests as joy. I like that. When the creative power of the universe becomes conscious of itself, another way of saying God, right? It manifests as joy. And all through our spiritual practice, we are God becoming conscious of ourselves. And it is this dynamic process. It's different than happily ever after, which is kind of a...
It's much better, actually.
Okay.
Much better.
It's better.
And it works.
Yeah. And so this, I think it's the most important thing to remember when I'm in the places of challenge, is that I'm in process. That process is happening. If I lose sight of that, then I'm stuck. But being in that process is living at the edge, and I'll say again that how the song leaves us at the end is that we are playing at that edge, which is between our civilized, predictable, constructed, comfort-seeking worlds and the vast, dangerous mystery that can't be contained, defined, or even fathomed. And that place of the edge is the place we want to live, and it's the place of transformation. So why don't you say hello to Judy?
Hello.
Did Henry come?
No.
Oh, okay. So Judy's here. So that edge, Sabrina says unlimited potential at that edge. And when we don't try to contain or define that mystery out there, we also become uncontainable, undefinable, limitless in our potential.
Is that I'm vast, I contain multitudes? Is that Walt Whitman?
Walt Whitman, yeah. So there is this process that we're in, and I've been very influenced this week because I've been going to the collective trauma summits, which has been really kind of an amazing thing, and that and what I'm learning from all of these different teachers of trauma is that this energy of the trauma that gets locked into our bodies actually becomes our potential. When it is unlocked, it is this manifestation of this great potential, and we do that relationally. We do that in community. We do that by each of us bringing what we find to each other. And I was learning about this idea of co-regulation, of
It's amazing.
finding, and I guess my big question is, does it work on Zoom?
Can we get into
the energy of
an
co-regulation, of like when
heart
I'm in that
connection.
place of heart connection, can you feel it too?
I say yes. In the quantum
Well,
field. Oh, we got some thumbs up
It's
here.
what we
Yeah.
got. It's what we got. We're
quantum
we're
field
hoping
works.
that it works.
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
hoping
it's
that
working.
it works. So I want to chant these words from Jeremiah, and I always say, "Oh, Jeremiah, you were never known for your cheerfulness, but but you brought us these words, which are that you saw into the mystery of transformation, and you like Richard Kaplan, really, kind of were able to find the lament and transform it into joy. And so Jeremiah is channeling the voice of God, that mystery, and saying, I will turn their mourning into joy. And sometimes I sing, I will turn your mourning into joy. And sometimes I sing, you will turn my mourning into joy. And I wanted us to be aware of, like, where is the heaviness that we carry in us that is the raw material of life, that is actually love that is bound up in us, that we want to unbind, that we want to release. And when I chant this chant, I want to acknowledge my sadness and know that it is precious. It is my love. And it is in the process of transformation, and we can share in that process.
Bhakti evlam l'sasson, I will turn their mourning into joy. Bhakti evlam l'sasson, Bhakti evlam l'sasson, Bhakti evlam l'sasson, I will turn their mourning into joy. Bhakti evlam l'sasson, Bhakti evlam l'sasson, Bhakti evlam l'sasson, I will turn their mourning into joy. Bhakti evlam l'sasson, Bhakti evlam l'sasson, Bhakti evlam l'sasson, I will turn their mourning into joy. Bhakti evlam l'sasson, Bhakti evlam l'sasson, Bhakti evlam l'sasson, I will turn their mourning into joy. Bhakti evlam l'sasson, Bhakti evlam l'sasson, Bhakti evlam l'sasson, I will turn their mourning into joy. Bhakti evlam l'sasson, Bhakti evlam l'sasson, Bhakti Vafakti evlam l'sason. Vafakti evlam l'sason. Vafakti evlam l'sason. L'sason. I will turn their mourning into joy. Vafakti evlam l'sason. Vafakti evlam l'sason. Vafakti evlam l'sason. L'sason. I will turn their mourning into joy. Vafakti evlam l'sason. Vafakti evlam l'sason. Vafakti evlam l'sason. L'sason. I will turn their mourning into joy. Vafakti evlam l'sason. Vafakti evlam l'sason. Vafakti evlam l'sason. L'sason. I will turn their mourning into joy. Vafakti evlam l'sason. Vafakti evlam l'sason. Vafakti evlam l'sason. L'sason. I will turn their mourning into joy.
So I want to just ask each of us to be that channel of the divine flow and really sing this out into the world, to all of that traumatized world that we live in, to say, with my calm, centered presence, I will work the co-regulation miracle by receiving receiving your trauma, transforming it just through my presence
Into
and
joy.
let's allow that to be instruments of that divine force. And we'll chant it one more time to the world.
Vafakti evlam l'sason. L'sason. I will turn their mourning into joy. Vafakti evlam l'sason. Vafakti evlam l'sason. Vafakti evlam l'sason. L'sason. I will turn their mourning into joy.
And I will trust the process. So, when we live on that edge, we need each other. It's so easy to fall off the edge, to go a little too far one way or the other. And the way that we really find our balance is in this community of lovers. And from that place on the edge, that's really the place of power. That's the place where the transformation happens. And it's always new. It's like when I'm working on, playing on that edge, I can't kind of just rely on what I knew before. That edge is also the place of creativity and expression, and like like we never know what's gonna happen kind of place. And but we don't have to have anxiety there, because we're holding each other. We are guarding each other. We are
and we're helping each other remember to be grounded and in our bodies.
Reminding each other, and that presence. So this is a chant that I wrote a long time ago, and I just thought, no, this is the right chant here. It's called Singing a New Song. And it has a couple different lines in it. That there's one line that says, Tehilato b'kahal Chasidim. Tehilato b'kahal Chasidim. Which means, Tehilato is God's praise can be found in a community of lovers. And so it's so important for us to create these communities of lovers, because that's where that's where the praise is found. That's where the praise lifts us up, when we can make that connection in a community of lovers. The Chaverim Makshivim, the listening friends. And so that part of the chant goes like this. Tehilato b'kahal Chasidim, Tehilato b'kahal Chasidim, Tehilato b'kahal Chasidim, Tehilato b'kahal Chasidim. It's pretty easy, but it's strong. It's
the foundation.
So Tehilato, this is this community of lovers that we're creating. And once that is set, then it's possible to sing a new song. It's like, when I say sing a new song, I mean, sometimes the old song doesn't fit anymore. We have to find what the new song is. And the new song is like a new way of thinking, a new way of acting, a new way of speaking. And on that edge there, that's that creative place where the new song can emerge. So those who are singing the new song, that goes like this. Shiru l'Adonai, Shir Chadash. Shiru l'Adonai, Shir Chadash. Shiru l'Adonai, Shir Chadash. Shiru l'Adonai, Shir Chadash. And even though we're singing it over and over again, each repetition is absolutely new.
Absolutely.
Because we're coming more and more present. And then, if you want to sing a harmony to that, or if you want to sing Hallelujah in your own melody, you can do that also. You can see what emerges at that place at the edge. And let's play. We're in Zman Simchatenu. This is the time we get to express our joy. So we'll start here. It goes.
Tehilato b'kahal Chasidim, 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 Tehilato b'kahal Chasidim,
And this is how the Song of Songs ends, leaving us playing at the edge between our civilized, predictable, constructed, comfort-seeking world and the vast, dangerous mystery that can't be contained, defined, or even fathomed. The Song of Songs asks, what would it mean to live at that edge? That place of creativity, possibility, adventure.
Adventure for sure.
But we are so grateful to have each other, to support each other on this journey. So I invite you just
Community of lovers.
take a look
so
around at
important.
the community of lovers that is here. Some people have faces, some people have names, but all of us are.
Oh, we can't save it. Oh, there's so familiar words. Yes. Oh, Diana.
And just send
Rafa,
a little.
Rafa, who's on Rachman's right?
Okay, so we're gonna show
Just
you
to say-
Nathan
Hello.
and another
and-
view, and Judy Brown. It's so cool to have 4 people chanting. Yow.
So for those of
It's
you who are
wonderful.
here for the first time, welcome to KZOOM. You're so very welcome here. And if you feel moved to give a little contribution at our website, we really appreciate it. And next week we'll be inside.
Oh, back inside. Sukkah will be over. Darn. This has been great.
But we'll still be in a place of joy.
Yes.
We will be in the place of beginning, Shir Hashirim, again. It'll be the week of the kiss.
Ooh,
So
yay.
I'm looking forward to that.
Mwah. Back at you, Ellen.
So what we like to do is anybody who feels like staying for 10 minutes to have a little checking in about our practice, meeting each other. We'll take just 10 minutes to hang out, and I'll call you back after 10 minutes. And if in that time, if you want to share a little bit about your tears and about your joy and about that place at the edge of what it feels like to be at that edge, we can each take a couple minutes to check in about that, and I will. So all those who are leaving, bye, and
We
all
love you,
those who
bye.
are staying,
Hey.
I will call you back in
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Everybody press the button.
We're going.
Some people are like away from their computers. I think sometimes. Sheila, you joining?
They look frozen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe internet connectivity.
They are frozen.
Remember when you were at my house, it was you, me, and
Shuli and one other right? San Diego.
Oh. I'm gonna see
This is
that.
precious.
See that.
The sunset.
Yeah, I saw the last of the light on.
Oh, someone said hi,
Redondo.
too. Yeah.
And that rock across from it.
Look at that.
Sophie Shafia said, hi, Judy. Thank you. That worked. feel like Richard is singing a new song in a community of lovers. Richard Kaplan died.
Amen.
Oh, you got it. Sorry.